I'm Brittany, this is Lanjan, and welcome to Gaywatch, where we watch gay things. Today is episode 2 of Mary and George, called The Hunt. This series really, started with a banger in more than one sense. And I'm very curious to see if they can, maintain the tightrope walk that they are currently on. So I'm just gonna hit play and find out how we start going after King James. Which, by the way, I was unaware until like literally yesterday that by King James, they mean like King James, King James. This is the king that translated the Bible into English. This is King James Bible, King James. I was unaware. I was deeply unaware, and now I cannot tell you the satisfaction that comes over me when I think about the King James being queer as fuck. Finding out that historical figures turned out to be queer is something that never gets old. But especially when it's someone like King fucking James. I'm riding the high, so I'm gonna hit play and I just keep riding the high, to be honest.
Marker forces, don't blame me, I'm just a powerless cog.
Why pay for a fruit so easy to pluck whenever you like for free?
And I see you.
What? Granted, when coming up with a bingo card for a show like this, it should be pretty broad and large. A lot of squares. And yet, I didn't have stumbling across an OTP with Mary. What was that? A 45-second scene? Minute, maybe? About a minute? I am in love with that idea. I don't think you understand what that just did to my brain. And the fact that I even float the possibility. The show is rearranging my brain chemistry. I fucking can't. I take a second and absorb that. Okay. Oh my god.
I'm just here on business.
Oh, gay business.
Are you hammering her anvil? In her pocket.
I'm going to punch you, but
Groups of men lined up on the road, just there, like, I get it's a complicated feeling. Finding out that you existed in history, like, concretely, even though you're, like, because we've been new, like, hello. Queerness has been around forever, and it's not going anywhere, and that's just how it is. But the eraser is so thorough that even just moments like this, in something based in historical fact, it makes me so happy and so angry that stuff like this was kept from us, and they're still trying to keep it from us. This is a really good moment on the importance of representation and visibility and what we do and do not teach and what we do and do not talk about.
I found him this morning. The man's hands choked him, I'd say.
Oh my god. John's just out here killing dogs now with his bare fucking hands?
Now, won't you help your brother?
Yeah, shoot the dead dog.
It will involve a lie.
it was a terrible accident.
You gotta learn how to lie better,
It
babe.
was all my fault, really. wants a young man to look up to him.
Does he now?
Paternally, mother.
Works.
Oh my god. Oh, whew. I love this show a little too much.
A wonderful home. I thank my
Said with
husband
all
for
the
that.
enthusiasm of a
Wonderful
dead
daughter
dog.
you have. Just because Elizabeth never shared a bed, or admitted to, why must she be touted as some magic hymen savior of all mankind? I would have done all that if she'd eased onto the old coil of flesh. Coil of flesh? Whatever nomenclature you prefer.
Are we
These
sure
things
this
don't
episode
really
is called
work,
The Hunt and
because
not
his favorite pursuits are to hunt
something
and to
else?
fuck.
Perhaps we change.
How dare you pretend he is good enough for her? And you want my inheritance to pay the dowry? I would rather strangle her dead.
This episode is called something
Thank
else.
goodness I don't rely on his money. Streetwalker. Shall we go? I think we shall. Come. The cord around his neck, inside you, strangled any sense from the lad. With me, if you would.
Don't waste another second's thought on that hateful cunt.
See? I told you the episode was called something else.
Again.
God, I thought episode 1 was good.
She's back. Change mine.
Huh?
Not yet.
Well, you know where I am. And
Yeah,
if
she
you don't like
does.
it here, I've got my own place.
Ah!
To brag, but I do.
He is subject to my rule. Is he a worthy knight?
Yes.
It's the duality. Yes, he is absolutely under my thumb. Yes, I am extremely and genuinely proud of him.
Leo.
For starters. What the fuck are you doing?
You ever followed love? Have you ever been with a girl before? Bodies are just bodies. That's more than 2 shillings. I expect more. There's only so much that buys you. In here, in this room, who's in charge?
You are.
You know, it really goes to show I feel really exposed about mainly the decade on which first experienced queer shipping, queer media, queer everything in general, right? Because let me tell you, my brain has been so trained by the underwhelming straight media of the 2010s that it did not occur to me that a scene like the one that introduces this prostitute whose name I should really get would not inevitably lead to actual consummation. I have seen scenes like that before, where a perceived straight character is hit on by a queer character, and it's all like, ah ha ha vibes, that's nice, have a nice day, and then like nothing happens from it. I am familiar with that setup. So therefore, it did not occur to me that that could actually happen even in a show that's already extremely dedicated to its historical queerness. And I really should have. I feel very silly right now. But this just goes to show the type of thing that I cut my teeth on for 10 years. And they just did it. Like it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. It's really not. Once again, I am both extremely happy and very angry at the same time.
You are like the plague. Or
Hot plague.
unwanted morning stiffness.
How long have you lived in England?
Sweet Jesus, Mother in Heaven. Mm-hmm.
Never have.
But is much more stone than sponge.
Je suis une véritable éponge, Votre Majesté.
Well, I love to hunt.
He did that on motherfucking purpose. Oh, sure, that's fair. A dozen guys, one stag, circle him. Just shoot a fish in a barrel.
There's wintergreen. It's a herb to reduce the swelling.
Are we sure we want to reduce the swelling?
Told me spare no.
You are no lady. You're
Uh-oh.
barely a woman, really.
Well, here's a reason to have done something to the prunes.
I am at your mercy then.
Uh-huh.
And George.
Uh-huh.
Free?
Perfidious harlot, friends.
Good word usage when you're dying. They need to work together always. They need to be together always. Can they be wives? Can we make them wives? Let's make them wives.
Take me, bury me. I want to forget who I am. I'm nothing but your subject.
Something I want to protect my son from. The true barbarism of the world.
Interesting. Huh. Well, that's it for episode 2 of Mary and George. I'll be back as soon as possible with episode 3. And in the meantime, please remember to take care of yourself.